Hello there and welcome to the Mobile Academy. And if you want to become a job ready Flutter developer, make sure to check out the courses on my website mobileacademy.io. Here you will find all of the courses related to the Flutter development. You will find the professional course as well as the basic course related to the Flutter. You can also find some of the free courses over here if you want to just go and try it out, or if you are just a beginner on the Flutter and then the React Native, you can also find the free course over here. And if you would like to be a full stack developer, we also have the course related to the full stack developer, related to the Node.js, Express, MongoDB, as well as the Flutter over here. And if you would like to join the Flutter bootcamp, there is also a bootcamp course over here. So make sure to go and check out the course over here. There are free and then the paid course. And if you want to be a job ready Flutter developer, this is the course that you want to take. So see you guys on the next lesson. Till then, have a great day.
Yeah, hello there and welcome back, and let us continue with our lesson over here. And this is the Flutter clean architecture with the Riverpod project over here. We will be building a Flutter application using the clean architecture with the Flutter Riverpod over here. And this is not a beginner course, so if you are a complete beginner, or if you are not familiar with the Flutter as well as the Riverpod over here, then this course is not for you. So this is really not a beginner friendly course, and if you want to learn some basic concept, make sure to go and check out my other courses over here, and you should be good to go with that one. But for this particular course, it is required to have some Flutter development experience, maybe a 6 months, 1 year, or even more than that would be good. And also the Riverpod, or the knowledge of the Riverpod is required. And if you are not sure about how to use the Flutter Riverpod, make sure to go and check out my course on that one. I have a full course regarding the Flutter Riverpod as well. And that's just the thing that you have to know about this. That is the prerequisite for this particular course. So let us get started, and welcome to the Flutter clean architecture course with the Flutter Riverpod. So let's meet up in the next one. Till then, have a great day. Let us continue with our lesson over here, and in this particular lesson, let us go and set up our IDE over here. You may be using I'll be using the VS Code over here, and if you are using other than that, then that should be perfectly fine. But in this particular project, I will be using a VS Code over here, and if you want to go and make sure your the IDE look similar to my one, then please follow this particular instruction over here. The first thing that we will install, you need to go to the open up your VS Code and go to this particular extension. And here the first thing that I will recommend you to install is the Codimum AI tool over here, which will help us to auto complete the code over here, because some of the code are quite complex, and I'll be auto generating that particular, or it will help me to auto complete, right? So it will be much more faster to create the class, generating or creating the widget and all of those stuff. So it's going to help us to auto complete the code. If you like it or not, this is the way for our future, and after a few years you'll be using that. Mostly all of the companies will shift to the AI code completion. So whether you like it or not, it's the time to accept that one. So we'll be using this one, and don't worry about the auto code completion. I'll be explaining each and every line of the code over here, but it will be much more easier for me to record the video like completing the code, right? So I don't have to type each line, so that will save me a lot of the time over here. And the next will be the blockman. It's not required, but it will be much more easier if you want to be like your ID looks similar to my one, because I'm using the blockman to highlight that particular my code. So it puts the block in your actual code over here. That's pretty cool. So I'll be using this one. It's not required. You can skip this. That should be perfectly fine. So let's go to the Dart. This is required tool, and if you are not familiar, or if you haven't set up the Flutter project before, then it's not the course for you. All right. If you have, well, I hope if you should have some experience with the Flutter development already, so you should have this particular tool installed in your IDE as well. So this is required, and then the Flutter is the required. So this two is the required, and I hope you have already installed that one. Next one, the error lens, I'll be using this one. It's not required tool, but it will help us to see what are the errors that once you are writing the code, right? So sometimes you may forget to add the comma, semicolon, or forget to close that particular bracket, parenthesis, right? So it will give us some error over here, but sometimes it's quite annoying that you haven't completed the code, it's giving you an error. But it's not required, but it's good to have, so I'll have already installed that one as well. And next one will be of the Flutter phrased helper over here. It will help me to generate some phrased class over here, and it's not required. You can go and manually generate all of this code or write all of this code, but it will be much more easier, or it will save us some time to write this particular snippet over here. Similar to the Flutter Riverpod snippet, I'll be using this one to generate some of the provider. It will be much more faster to generate the provider itself. It's not required, but I'll be using all of this, so later you may get confused like from where I get all of those snippets over here. And next will be the Flutter widget snippet as well, so I'll be also using this to generate some of the widgets like the stateless, stateful, and all of those stuff. So you can just go and install. It's not required to have, but it's good to have if you want to look similar to my one, because I'll be using this one to generate some of the code as well, or the snippet over here. Next will be of the icon, so I'll be using the material icon theme over here. If you want, you can go and install this one as well, and I'll be using this one over here. And the next will be the theme, so if you want VS Code to look quite similar to of the my one, then you can just go and install the material theme as well over here. And then the next will be of the version lens. I'll be also using this one to get the version for our dependencies, so I can just go and easily update or select the particular dependency version that I want. So it will be much more easier for, if it's not required, but if you have it, that will save you some of the time over here as well. And that should be all the plugins or the extension that I'm going to use it over here. And later if I install some, and if you see that I'm using something else different, then you can just go and ask me, or you can just select me over here. So that should be all. And if you're using the any other ID other than the VS Code over here, you may find quite similar plugins or the extension, but if you are using the VS Code, then it should be perfectly fine. So I will recommend you to go and use the VS Code for this particular lesson, because it will be much more easier, or it will be same as what I'm doing over here if you want to follow along. So that's all for this particular lesson, and we will meet up in the next one. Till then, have a great day. Let us continue with our lesson over here, and in this particular lesson, let us go and create our Flutter project, as well as go and add the required dependency for our application. So let us get started over here. First of all, I'll go and create the Flutter empty project. So Flutter create -e, and then the project name will be you can code over here, and then the bundle ID, and then the application ID will be of the io.the mobile CADEMY Mobile Academy, and that should be good enough. So once we have that, our project should be created. And let me open up the VS Code over here. So let's just open up the new VS Code over here. So it's not opening, so let me just go and open up the new window over here. And once I have that, let's just go and drag our project to VS Code over here, and that should be good enough. So let me just go and trust this one, and that should be good. So now we have created the empty project over here, and that should be good. So let's just go and check for our application ID, and that will be of the over here io.the you can code, that's fine. And also the source folder, that will be of the main, and then the Kotlin, and here it should be of the Kotlin io you can code and io.the mobile academy. So that's perfectly fine. So it has been correctly set up our application ID for the Android. And also for the iOS, I need to open up this particular folder in the Xcode. So let me just go and open up the Xcode over here. And in the Xcode, let's go to the runner over here. And in the runner, I will go to the signing and the capabilities over here. And it should not be auto signing. Later we'll see how we can sign up that one, but for now I just want to check the bundle identifier. That should be io.the mobile academy and the you can code. So that should be good enough. So let's just go and close this one. The next step will be to go and open up our pubspec.yaml file, and what we need to do is we also need to go and let's open up the I'll just go and open up the new window over here, and let's just go and let me just arrange this one properly over here. And what I need to do is we need to go to the pub spec.dev, right? pub.the dev over here. Let's open up the pub.the-dev, and we need to search for the dependencies over here. The first thing that we require over here will be of the Flutter Riverpod. So let's just go and search for the Flutter underscore the Riverpod. Let's just go and grab that particular dependency. So let's open up this one, and let's just go and grab the dependency from here, and let's go to our dependency section, not in the dev dependency, it should be on the dependency section. Let's just go and add that one over here, and also go and add the link over here. So let's just go and copy this particular link over here, and let's just go and paste it over here. So that will give us the Flutter Riverpod over here. And next we will require the Go router for the navigation. So let's just go and search for the Go underscore the router over here, and this will be of this one. So let's just go and copy the Go router dependency from here, and let's just go and paste it below over here, and let's just grab the link over here. So if you are following my lesson, so you should be already familiar why I'm adding this particular link over here. It will be much more easier to go and find the particular documentation because sometimes it's not only the one that you are working on this particular project, right? And the next will be of the retrofit. So let's just go and search for the retrofit over here. And let's just go and open up this one, and I need to grab this particular dependency over here, and let's just go and add this one over here, and then the link will be of, just grab this particular link and paste it over here. So the retrofit is added, and the next will be of the DO over here. So that should be of the I guess the auto completion from the Codimum AI. That's pretty good. So let's just go and search for the DO over here. I just don't want to auto complete over here. I would like to show you how we can do it manually over here, and this will be of the DO. So let's just go and grab that particular DO dependency over here. And once we have the DO dependency, and I will also go and search for the DO formatter over here. DU underscore the, I guess it should be of the HTTP formatter over here. So let's just go and search for this one. This will be used for to log the request response object in the console easily. So let's just go and add that particular link as well. So we have the Flutter Riverpod for our dependency injection, as well as the state management solution. We have the Go router for the navigation. We have the retrofit for the API connection, together with the DO for the network connection, right? So retrofit will be much more easier, and it's, if you are coming from the Android background, then you should already know about the retrofit. It's quite similar over here. We'll be using that one to defining our API endpoint over here. And the next will be the freezed. So let's just go and search for the FREZED freezed over here. We will use this one to generate our model file. So let's just go and grab this particular dependency over here, and let's also add the link of that particular the phrase annotation over here. And also next will be of the, let's just go and search over here, that will be of the JSON annotation, and let's go and grab that particular dependency as well over here, and let's just go and grab the link of that one as well. So JSON annotation, and then the phrase annotation, we are using this to package to for our model generation. Later we'll generate the DTO, or the data transfer object, as well as the model of our classes using the phrased, and we require the JSON to parse, serialize and deserialize our JSON object as well. So once we have this, I guess it should be good enough. And let's just go and input the Intel package, I guess int, not the intl, I guess. So let's just go and grab for that one for the it's required for the internalization, sorry for that one, or the localization of our application. We also require it for some of the dead configuration later, not only for the localization or the internalization. Sorry for that, it's pretty difficult for me to pronounce over here, but we will be using it basically for the dead formatter later on. So let's just go and grab this particular link over here, and let's just go and copy this one as well, and let's just go and paste it over here, and let's just go and add the comment over here as well. And other than that, I guess we are good to go with this one. And in the dev dependency, let's go to the dev dependency section over here. We require the build runner over here. So let's just go and check for the build runner, that is the auto completion from the Codimum AI over here. So let's just go and add the over here. So build runner current version is of this one, so we'll just grab this one and paste it over here. This is required to for the code generation, because later we'll be using a lot of the option for the code generation for retrofit, phrased, and etc. Right? So for the Riverpod, we'll be also using that one. And let's go and search for the next is the retrofit over here. So we just search for the retrofit. We require the retrofit generator as well over here. So let's just go and grab that and add the dependency to the dev over here. And next we will require the we search for the JSON, right? So I guess let's just go and search for the JSON serialization over here. JSON, right? So I guess I made a spelling error. JSON serialization. Okay, so let's just go and search JSON annotation we have already added, but we require the JSON serializable over here. So that is required for us, right? So we require the JSON serializable, and let's just go and add this particular dependency to our dev section over here. That is what we need to add. Next, we require to go and search for the phrased over here. Let's go to the phrased over here, and you can just go and read the documentation about this one, right? So you need to go and read this particular documentation or watch my previous lesson about the Riverpod. There I have mentioned quite a bit about this particular package. So let's just go and grab this one. This will be helpful for us to, sorry for that, I need to copy this whole link and paste it over here. This we will be using to generate the data class over here. Next, we also require, we are using the Riverpod, so let's just go and search for the Riverpod generator. That is what we require to generate some code for our Riverpod over here. This is the new way of generating the provider for Riverpod over here. So we will be putting it over here, and I guess that should be the good enough over here. So we just require the build runner, retrofit generator, JSON serializable, freeze, and then the Riverpod generator over here. If we require some more on the later stage, we will come back over here and install all of those. But for now, what we require is the Flutter Riverpod for state management and dependency injection, a Go router for navigation, retrofit with the DO for our network and API connection. The DO formatter, HTTP formatter is just to log the output, request and response in the console itself. Freeze annotation and JSON annotation, will be using it to generate the model class itself. And Intel package, we are going to use it for the let's say, I guess we'll be using a date formatter. So let me just add it over here for now. And these are the dev dependency, right? So build runner is required to generate or run the build runner or generate the code generation. Retrofit generator for this particular retrofit, because we need to generate some code for retrofit. And JSON serializable, we are using with for the this is for the JSON annotation, because we need to annotate some class, right, with the JSON serializable little. And the freeze is used for as I mentioned, generating the model class or the data class or the DTO that later we'll be using. And then the Riverpod generator is for the Flutter Riverpod. Later we'll see how we can make use of to generate some provider over here. So I guess that's all for this particular lesson. And finally, what we can do over here is, let's just go and open the terminal over here, and I'll just run flutter popcat over here to get all of the dependency. And if there is no error, that means we are good to go. So that's all for this particular lesson, and let's meet up in the next one. Till then, have a great day.